And hello, good people of the internet. This is a 3-card 40 servant reading for Lynn over on the Patreon. What's the forecast for this month? Last month, 3 aspects appeared that were at work in my experience all month. I turned off the news, became the monk, and ideas were plentiful. Just looking for the same kind of reading this month. Hope that makes sense. So, what's the forecast for Lynn? Terrible at shuffling. I should really do something about that. Okay, I think we're here. Healing, contemplating, and being intuitive. Well, I just bring this down so that's a bit more. Okay, so the healer being at the center of it, that is the thing that has to focus on most. And I suppose the contemplator is saying that it's not that you need to kind of necessarily, try to, when you think of healing, what needs healing? Let's work this out. Let's attack it with rationality, or attack it with pen and paper, or what exactly do I need healing with, whatever. It's just kind of to sit with it and just go, okay, just create an atmosphere of healing. And this would come from the kind of the monk stuff as well from last month, where it's just keep it simplify it, keep it, not overcomplicated, not cluttered or whatever. And the healer is surrounded by the seer and the contemplator, which are both servants of cards that is just not trying to, as I said, be rash about, not think about it. Just let it be whatever it is. Whatever feelings come up about it, that's okay. Just kind of turn it over, not necessarily to the divine or whatever. It's like the contemplator is certainly you rather than divinity, but it depends on what way I suppose you want to look at it. We're all divine in some description, but it's just allow it. Allow, that's the word that seems to be the thing. Just allow healing without trying to worry too much about what has to be healed, what needs to be healed, what's the best way to heal, or what's appropriate. It's just feel it out. Don't try to sit there and work it out. And then when you get kind of gut feelings about it, or you get an understanding of it, or feel I really need to go for a walk, or I need to lie down, I need to go to sleep, I need to pig out and have a feast, or whatever it is that it is coming to you, that's the thing to follow. But don't have don't make it your mission to try and work out what needs to be healed and how to do it. Just understand that this is this is a healing month, a healing period, and to allow it to present itself in whatever way it's going to present itself. That's pretty nice. I kind of like that. So good luck with that, Lynn. I hope that helps. Next 3 cards come from J. Eric. What's the best way to get myself motivated to make necessary changes to reach my financial and fitness goals? So, what's the best way for Eric to get motivated to make the necessary changes to reach his goals? Okay, interesting reading. So the media would suggest, how you've been viewed, I suppose, in one sense, by other people. But I think in this thing, in a sense, it's about accountability. So the best way for you to just double check your question. What's the best way to get myself motivated is to see how in one sense, it's certainly not. I don't mean this to kind of shame yourself into doing it, but it's see how you're presenting yourself to the world and to other people and all that, or in some sense try and see yourself from an outside point of view, rather than just because we can have a very, I suppose, a skewed view of ourselves. Sometimes that can be too overly positive or overly negative, but I'd say mostly it's probably, for most people, it's a bit overly negative. And excuse me, it's just, the lovers would suggest there's a need to be comfortable with this in yourself, whatever. So it's definitely pointing away from the don't shame yourself into do it. The don't. The accountability isn't to get all your friends to point at you and slag you off for not achieving your goals or whatever it is. But it's just it's also kind of this with, like I said, with New Year's and stuff like that, and having a kind of a big spurt of energy and movement at the beginning of the year, and then nothing. It's kind of saying, no, don't. That's not it. This is not what it is. It's like something a bit less fireworky. It's something that's that's sustainable. That's good. That you get into kind of the groove with it. It's not. I'm going to do 20-mile run today and then 50-mile swim tomorrow. Whatever it is. It's like, no, I can go for a walk today. I can not have dessert today. I can I can work on my finances today and the thing, rather than, it's like, let's say with finance, it's not how do I get to be independently wealthy. It's like, how do I make sure that all my bills are paid? It's just having a bit more of a, how can I work out a thing that my bills are continually paid, or something like that. It's just getting into a groove, kind of not trying to, it's not big movements. It's not huge movements. It's not kind of fancy movements. It's slow and steady. And of course, the fixer, shocking. You just have to pay the price. You just have to, excuse my French, you just have to fucking do it, man. That's just the sad kind of fact of it. That, if you have a fitness goal, you have to exercise, you have to eat better. If you have a financial goal, you probably have to have some, bit of excesses to removed and a little less fun or something. In some ways, not necessarily, but it just means you have to do it. If you want to save money, you have to actually just save money. There's no just two ways about it. It's not, if you want to earn more, you have to find a way to earn more, and you have to, possibly that might mean that you have to, do more work or something like that. Whatever it is, there's a price to be paid, and you just have to pay it. It's if you want to, I don't know, if you want to write a book, this is the one I always say, you have to actually sit and write the book. But a lot of people just get obsessed with being a writer rather than, and enjoy the idea of being a writer rather than actually writing. So the fixer is the person or the thing that represents actually doing the writing, rather than getting caught up in the glamour of feeling that you are a writer. So it's rather than get caught up in the big fireworks of New Year's, and new year, new me, all that. It's slow and steady wins the race. Have a look at how you're presenting yourself to the world, and is that incongruent with how you feel about who you are on the inside? Are you presenting yourself in the best possible way? And it seems this has come up in readings before the media with regard to health and fitness and stuff like that. So there seems to be something about just switching from your reality. It's something that the servants have said a few times around this. So it's switching your kind of view of it, not from, I hate myself, I hate how unfit I am, or whatever the nonsense or horrible things we say to ourselves. It's like, what would other people outside say? And not in a shame base. It could be more, well, I think people would be proud of me. I think people would help me out. I think people would, compliment me if all of this kind of stuff. Just kind of get out of your head and have a look at how you're presenting and how other people see you. Not necessarily in a negative light, but maybe that might be something that might motivate you in some way, in that, well, I'm not the type of person that I think people think I am, and so that's something that can make me drive and work towards it, and then pay the price. So yeah, that's a good reading. I think that by that I mean they're good cards, not that I read it particularly well. It's going, yeah, I thought I was really good there. So I hope that helps. J. Eric. I never know whether to call you Jay or Eric, so let's do both. And so that's the 3 card readings. So if you good people of the internet you yourself would like one of these readings, we do them at the beginning of every month over on Patreon, depending on what level you join at. It's the amount of cards that you get in the reading, and it's my way of saying thank you to all the people who support me and allow me to continue to do all the things that I do. So, good people of the internet, until next time, may you be well and may your best days be ahead.